Testing 1, 2, 3. I'm just testing out the microphones, guys. Excuse us, making sure everything's up and running. We don't have our second producer in the room right now, so we want to make sure we're live and not talking to the air.
Check.
Turn off the music. Let's see.
Check.
1, 2, 3.
Oh, we sound good.
Yeah, you hear it?
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Okay. Perfect.
Everything
All right.
sounds good.
All right, guys. So, okay, let's see. Let's do the introductions now, right? Welcome back to Buddies with Crypto. I'm your host, John. And on today's episode, we'll be doing technical analysis on your top 10 favorite coins. We went out on X, formerly known as Twitter, and requested some of your favorite coins. And since a lot of you guys didn't post, we're just gonna go from the most popular from YouTube. But we did get one request, was Rose from X. But we're not gonna start with that one. But anyways, I'm here with Crypto Papi. Say hi to the people.
How you doing, people? How you doing?
He's here with us. We're about to go just do it. We're just trying to shoot for an hour. It's gonna be short and sweet. Don't worry, we're gonna have way more lives coming up later. So
yeah.
let me put the master of the charts on, and we're gonna start. We're starting off with Anvil.
Oh yeah, I told Jonathan that I would quit if we didn't start on Anvil from now on. So Anvil paired with Ethereum, data coming from Uniswap. Sorry. We're on the daily time frame, so each candlestick represents 1 day worth of trading. Anvil went live June 1st. June 1st. Oh, why can't I go all the way back there? Oh, well, it says June 17th, 2024. And then you could see here we started off with a bang before coming right back down. Down, sideways consolidation with consistent drops, moves to the downside for quite some time till I stepped in and really started buying, and you could see we just shot up from there. You could see this nice little natural movement to the upside, right? We come up, we come back down and retest. We come up, we come down, go sideways. We start pump it up, a little sideways movement, little choppiness, come down, reject, retest these prior highs from September 30th, 2024, move up to re-challenge the old highs from October 22, 2024, drop back down, retest a support again from late October here, 2024, before start making our moon run. And you can see here, we did make a nice high here, December 16th, 2024. Anvil was trying to tell me happy birthday, but it was just 2 days premature. We came right back down to the downside, and you could see pretty much here we challenged our previous two highs from October 21st, 2024 and November 11th, 2024, before now starting to make a movement to the upside. Let me close this French door right here. There's the sound of the rain coming in. And you can see here we're starting to hopefully make a movement to the upside. Typically, I always stay on the weekly time frame, but let's take a peek at the weekly time frame so I could show you how it looks.
Look at that.
It just looks crazy. There's not too much analysis to do on the weekly time frame. So with Anvil, I've been sticking to the daily time frame. So let me just readjust the charts. Really all I plotted was this blue horizontal ray where I put the 3 touch points here from September 27th, 28th, and 29th and extended it out because we had the breakout here, the retest here in mid-October. Then when we moved above it, we tried to get pulled back to it, pumped back up, and we got pulled back down to it November 26th and November 27th before moving to the upside. So I'm going to do that same exact thing now of plotting a horizontal array, and I'm looking here at this red wick on October 21st, 2024. I'm looking at the green wick here, November 11th, 2024, and the red candle body here, November 12th, 2024. So my eyes are looking at the vertical dotted line, looking at those 3 points I just referenced. Let's change this back to blue. I don't remember which blue we used. Too dark.
I think they're right next to it. Oh, okay.
All right, that's close enough. We'll lock that into place. Doesn't really need to be perfect with the horizontal ray, but you can see wicked above it, resistance, resistance, resistance. Broke above it, candle bodies closed right on it. Before melting to the downside, we come up, wick through it, wick through it, wick through it, then finally break above it. And once we do here on December 13th, the 14th, the very next day, we come back to retest it before moving above it. So that looks like a possible area we could potentially come back down to is half a penny, 0.005. But hopefully we don't. Hopefully we start continuing and just start ripping to the upside. One other thing we could plot on the daily time frame from this wick here. Second touch point would be this wick right here. Let me just tell you where they're at. First wick here is on December 3rd, 2024. Second touch point is this green wick here to the downside, December 23rd, 2024, and it's just extended out to the right. And you could see a super aggressive trend line, but as long as we keep holding it as support, we're just going to keep grinding to the top. So that's it for Anvil. Looks like nothing but upside potential for Anvil. And if there's not, I'll step in.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys don't buy any more Anvil, you know who will. We got the guy right here. He's going to keep buying, and we're just kind of waiting for it to go in the market, see how it does. And I mean, especially in this environment, we're still very bullish. I know it seems like the crypto market is over just because it hasn't kept going up and up and up and up just yet. But think of this. Bitcoin is still above $90,000. That's insane. It hasn't been, I mean, it hasn't been this high in a long, long time. It surpassed the previous all-time high, about $69,000, and it's still up in the 90s. And I believe so, and quote me on this, look back on this video. I'm thinking once Trump takes office in January, that's when everything's gonna take off again. Because remember, once he got elected, that same day, everything just boom, blew up. Everything took off. Because everybody knew him being in office is gonna be bullish for crypto just in general. So that's what we're waiting for. Anvil is a great coin to be looking at in the future, because I think just like AMP, from the creators of AMP, Anvil is one of those coins as well, and they have a lot of backing, a lot of experience with this. AMP has been in the game for a long time, and I believe Anvil will be in the game for a long time as well. All right, but anyways, the next one we got in store for you guys, we'll be doing technical analysis on AMP, right? I'm correct, right? AMP.
Oh, you're absolutely right. Unless you want to walk out.
No. We're going to do some AMP technical analysis, okay? Let me hand it over back to Crypto Papi. He'll take over from here. Go ahead, my man.
All right. We're AMP paired with the US dollar, weekly time frame, data coming from Coinbase. I just have the chart zoomed out. I know it looks like a mess when it's zoomed out. But again, like I always like to reference is, look how high AMP was, almost 10 cents. All-time high was almost 13 cents, about 12 and a half cents. And we've just been slowly I guess really not slowly. Over the past years, we've just been melting to the downside. Then a lot of consolidation, sideways movement, a little relief rally, before just slamming right back down to the lows, creating some lows. Let's zoom in now. Creating some lows, and then after our relief pump, we came back down and we stayed above our previous lows. So we had our lows, we had a high, we had some higher lows, right? Comparing these lows to these lows, but we didn't quite make a higher high, right?
Got it.
When we had this movement into the market, even though, the 0.013 level is a decent level of resistance, as well as the 0.014 level, which I guess really those are extremely close to each other, but those are big levels of resistance when it comes to AMP token. So we didn't quite get our higher high, but again, at least we're consolidating in our red box of resistance. That's been support back here in mid 2022, still mid 2022, which is August 2022. Break below it, we come back up to retest it as resistance, prior support, fall back down, pump back up to it, get slapped right back down, and we stayed down below it for quite some time. Then once we broke through, we went for the shot. We went for almost about 2 cents, 0.0168, so say 0.017. Before getting rejected to the downside. We wanted to test it as support, but we flipped it right as resistance, and we couldn't break above it, get slapped down, come back up to the box, still as resistance, we're back below it, before we start rounding it out to come back to the upside, and we moon right through it, but we came right back to it. So really, we were hoping to stay above the red box of support. We really need to get back above a penny would be nice.
Yeah.
But, we'll see what's in store for AMP. But we do need to get back above the red box of resistance now. Hopefully flip it, turn it to support, and start making some new higher highs. Hopefully get around about 2.5 cents or so. That's a big target that I have. The Fibonacci, the 786, is at a 0.022 cents. So really, hopefully we just continue to get these big movements, these big green candles to the upside, continue this bullish momentum to the upside. Let's catch back up. Let's catch up with Bitcoin, but before that happens, Ethereum needs to put its move in. So realistically, all eyes on Ethereum. AMP target to the upside would be about 2.5 cents. If we come to melt down to the downside, it's going to be these lows,
Gotcha.
the 0.00 probably 3 range.
Okay.
But that's all we have for AMP today. AMP looks good. Hopefully it continues its momentum to the upside.
Hey, we believe in AMP. We've been in this coin for a really long time, and we just gotta wait. Like anything else, the market's still moving. Upside is going to the upside still, and just hold on tight for dear life. And the reward will be enormous when AMP does take off. So be patient and wait, and everything will be okay. All right, for the next one, one of our followers suggested to do technical analysis on Rose. I have heard of, you know what? I have heard of this coin maybe once, not that often, but you guys always give us new coins to look at, which is great for us. It just gives us a better perspective on the market overall. So, okay, I'm going to hand it over to Crypto Papi. Did you find it yet?
It doesn't look like we're going to do analysis on Rose till we get more clarification, because there's Rose paired with BTC, ETH, TRY, which is the Turkish dollar.
So there's no
or whatever.
Rose USD.
So there's Rose also, but it's Oasis Network. So I would say just get more clarity on that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit up that person right now while he do the next one. So we do have a request from the live chat real quick, and since it's one of the people that is always watching us on YouTube, Mattis, he's been around for a while. I see you on the live chat. We see you out there, so keep watching, guys. So we're gonna play an audible. We're gonna do EOS.
Okay.
He wants to take a look at EOS. I have some EOS, so perfect. All right, guys. Let me hand it over to Crypto Papi.
All right, so EOS paired with the US dollar, weekly time frame, data coming from Coinbase. So you can see my chart, really we're zoomed out. We're just taking a look at it. We've done analysis on it just recently on one of the last live streams. We have our Fibonacci. Our one movement here is drawn on August 30th. Oop, I just moved it. August 30th, 2021. Our swing low is roughly somewhere in here, in probably the October range 2024, and you could see our Fibonacci's drawn, on those levels. We have our swing high, our swing low, and you could see we've really just came straight to the downside from mid 2021 all the way to about here, which I guess we're still towards the downside. So again, that first one, wow, 2021, September 2021, all the way basically to current time frame. So we're looking at 3 years of just downward and sideways consolidation with slight relief rallies. So that's our Fibonacci. We have our trend line, our white trend line, drawn from first touch point December 28th, 2020, second touch point July 19th, 2022, and that trend line is just extended out to the right. And the longer it takes us to get to that trend line, to meet it, to retest it as resistance, prior support, it's going to be resistance in the future. The longer it takes, the higher that projection goes. So from current price or current candle pretty much to the trend line would take us to, I can't even see, about $10.50, $10.50. So that's our Fibonacci. We have our trend line. You could see along with our Fibonacci, we haven't really started making our moves to the upside yet. So the Fibonacci is still going to guide us to the upside. So let's zoom in and take a look at what EOS is currently doing. So we had our movement to the upside. That was that 100-ish% movement, a little over 100% movement, probably closer to 200%. Let me refresh my memory. So from swing low to wick high, 267%. From swing low to top of the candle bodies, 216%. Then from swing low to current price, 89%. So overall, EOS is still doing well if you were able to time the exact bottom, but that's extremely difficult and hard to do. But if you did it, congratulations. So EOS, it looks like we're finding support on these levels here from April 1st through June 3rd. So about a month right here of price action. Looks like that's where we came down to retest it as support. Hopefully, as long as this level holds up, we should continue to the upside. First target for EOS to the upside would be $1.82 because it lines up with our Fibonacci.
Got it.
Let me zoom out and let's take a look. Second level with EOS would be $2.84 to about $2.97. So that would be target number 2. So adjust our charts a little bit more. Then we have the golden 61.8 at $4.12. So those would be our 3 targets to the upside. A ton of upside potential on EOS, along with many other altcoins currently, with very little downside. We're pretty much at all-time lows when it comes to the Coinbase chart. We're extremely close to all-time lows. So you have high risk, high reward, very low risk setup on EOS. So if you're holding EOS, hold strong, endure the storm, take some profits, probably around the 61.8 and the low $4 range, and enjoy the moonshot when we get it to about $10 and or beyond.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. So that was EOS. Thank you for requesting that, Mattis. So the next one, Songbird, if you want to start pulling that one up. Songbird is another one very popular on YouTube because I don't see a lot of content made about it either. Well, there we go. Okay. Right now we'll be doing live technical analysis on Songbird, and I'm gonna hand it over to Crypto Papi. We're looking good.
All right. So Songbird is next. I always want to say it's Songbird with a M,
like a sunbird.
Nice. All right. So we have SGB paired with the US dollar. Weekly time frame. Data is coming from Kraken. So it looks like I might switch it over to the daily time frame since we've done all of our analysis on the weekly time frame. We don't have a Fibonacci set up on this quite yet, but you could see the purple trend line from May 16th, 2022, first touch point, second touch point, January 2nd, 2023, and with that trend line extended out, I have a white horizontal ray, which is at 0.01696. And that really just lined up with a lot of support here in late 2022. Then resistance here, early 2023. Come up, just about touched it. Resistance here, early 2024. Dropping below it. And we're still not able to break this level here even in December of 2024. So it's a very strong level of resistance. So I would say first and foremost, look for, the 0.017 level to be breached and to have candle bodies actually closing above it. And once that happens, all eyes would be on the purple trend line to however long it takes. The purple trend line is going to continue to go to the upside, continue to be extended to the right. The longer it takes, the higher the price projection could go. But currently, if we were to move there today on the by the end of this week, that would put us to about 4 cents, just slightly over 4 cents, 0.04082. And now let's take a look at the daily time frame to see if anything looks different, if anything specifically stands out. And not really, besides we had our lows, we created a high, we came right back down, we chopped around, we created a higher high, higher lows, you could say, but it's super close, but it's ever so slightly higher. Then we broke below that. We did create a high, but it wasn't a higher high. So we would want to see a higher high put in sooner rather than later, maybe to challenge these levels of about 0.025. So to challenge about the 2.5 cent range to give us a recent swing high, a higher high of the most recent highs. And then we could look to the upside to about the 4 cent range to see exactly where SGB could potentially go. But other than that, not too much to say about SGB besides it's looking good. There is some downside potential down here in the 0.003 range. So if you haven't bought or you're looking to dollar cost average, that should be a level to where you would be interested in potentially adding to your holdings. Other than that, if you've bared the storm for this long, you've been holding out for so long, you might as well hold out for 4 cents and beyond.
And it still looks similar to AMP.
Yeah, it looks
kind of the same thing, right? It created a higher high, but it wasn't. Created a high, but not as high as the previous one.
Right.
It went low, and there's still potential to go to the 0.003.
Oh wow! I'm even looking at the monthly time frame. Jesus Christ. Yeah. So I would say these levels are good to be retested right here. At the bottom of this green candle body, the bottom of this red candle body, and the top of this red candle body on May for so it's basically February, March, and April, and then also May. all of those, the bottom of the candle bodies up until May, then the top of May. I would say the 5.5 cent range, we should potentially see a retest of those levels to the upside before probably rejecting back down, before breaking all-time highs, or creating new all-time highs, I should say.
Beautiful.
But SGB looks good. Hold strong.
Hold strong, guys. If you're into Songbird, just wait a little bit. Like I said, everything's still... sorry, let me get back on the screen. If you guys are still holding Songbird, just wait a little bit. It'll, like anything else, this whole market moves very similarly. If Bitcoin is going up and Ethereum is going up, most likely the entire market is going to be going up. So just a matter of time, guys. Just wait a little bit. Wait it out. Before we move on, please, I want to make sure you guys subscribe to the YouTube channel. Over 90% of you guys that are watching this content are not subscribed, and we are so close to get into 500 YouTube subscribers, which is our next milestone for the channel. And we're currently sitting at 483, 17 subscribers out of the 90% of people that are subscribed. Just 17 of you. That's all I need. And for those
we need all of you.
Well, we need all of you, but I'm trying to be. I don't want to ask too much for you guys right now.
There we
go. We got 5 people watching the live stream right now. Currently, we got 3 likes. Give us 2 more likes to match the viewership. Okay. But anyways, we did get confirmation on Rose, and it's on the Oasis network.
Okay.
So we'll be doing live technical analysis on Rose on the Oasis network right now. Let me wait for Crypto Papi to pull up the chart real quick. You got it?
Right.
Beautiful.
Yes,
okay. All right, guys. I'm going to hand it over to Crypto Papi.
All right. We have Oasis Network paired with the US dollar, weekly time frame, data coming from Coinbase. So, wow. So we melted from when it came out, when it was listed on Coinbase, April 25th, 2022. We melted straight to the downside from... what is that? 23, just about 24 cents, straight down to wick low, 4 cents. Wow, what a nice movement to the downside, if you ask me. Then we bounced from 4 cents at its top back to about 11 cents. We broke the previous lows of 4 cents. We said, see you later. Let's come down to the low 3 cents. Bounced around, came right back down, started to make a move to the upside. Went just about to 15 cents, got rejected down to the high 8 cents, came back up to about 18.5 cents before just coming right back down to the downside. But it has put in a movement to the upside and just recently got rejected. This looks good to put a Fibonacci from the recent swing high to the swing low here. Let's see, I'm trying to see where it lines up with. Right there, let's lock it into place. And let's take a look here. So you could see here we came back down to the bottom of the Fibonacci. We had some resistance at the 236, a little bit more resistance at the 236, but what do they say? The more times you test it, the weaker it gets, and we popped right through it. Came straight up, wick through the 618 at about 13 cents. Came straight back down to the 236 at 8 cents, and we're currently sitting on the 236 as support. So if the Fibonacci is right, and the Fibonacci is right 10 times out of 10, so the next movement we should come back up to we should get up to the 786 level at the high 15 cents and potentially wicking through it to about the mid 16 cents, if you were to ask me.
Gotcha.
So Oasis Network, Rose, whatever you would like to call it. I would prefer to call it Oasis Network because that's what it says right here. It looks good. It looks primed to move to the upside. You have a lot of volatility in Rose. That's what I'd like to see with our altcoins. There's a lot of volatility. Let's go from, this is what I'm talking about. Let's go from the high 3 cents to the high 14 cents. Let's slam and wick back down to the high 8 cents. Let's create a high at 18.5 cents, and let's say, nah, that's not happening, and come right back down to the high 4 cents. That's what I like to see. A lot of price action, a lot of volatility. If you're in Oasis Network, I would say hang out, wait for the mid 15-cent range to come in, potentially take some profit off the table and get ready to reinvest it back in the mid 13 cents, and it should come up, bounce, and create a high. So Rose looks good. Thank you for sharing it with us.
How long has it been on Coinbase, you said?
Let's take a look here.
Since May 2020.
April 25th, 2022. So a little 2.5 years.
It hasn't been around for too long, but it's still a decent amount of time, right?
Yeah, but I mean, that's just on Coinbase. We don't know where it was before.
That is true. Yeah, whatever it was before, it's probably had a lot more history on there. So the next one, let me get Crypto Papi ready for the next one. It's going to be Ren. Let's do Ren.
All right.
Ren, a goodie,
Let's find where Ren is
old one, but a goodie.
True. All right, I've got Ren ready for you.
Okay, so now we'll be doing live technical analysis on Ren. I'm going to hand it over to Crypto Papi. There you go, sir.
Awesome. Thank you. So we have Ren paired with the US dollar, weekly time frame. Data is coming in from Kraken. So again here, we already know the story. Dumps all the way from a high of $1.20 all the way down to about 27 cents. Rallies all the way back up and creates a high before dumping, wicking to the upside, and just steadily, abusively coming back down to the downside. Excuse me. And you could see, we literally have just came straight to the downside after those highs. We had a wick or two attempt to break the highs, but just get rejected instantly back down.
Oh, yeah.
And the last live we had, you could see that I put these two purple trend lines in. First touch point to the top side, was August 15th, 2022. Second touch point is this green wick here, March 25th, 2024, and it's just extended to the right. To the downside, first touch point was June 13th, 2022. Second touch point was here, June 5th, 2023, and just extended it out. So you can see we've just been in this range since mid 2022. So it's been 2.5 years we've been in this range of retesting the top, steadily coming back down to the bottom, making our movement back up to the top, steadily coming back down to the bottom, movement, retesting the top, coming back down, didn't quite make it to the downside, retested the top, and we're more than likely going to come back down and retest it to the downside somewhere. But the problem with that is we get into the negative. So what happens there, I have no idea, but ideally, I'm sure it won't come to that. It'll be valued similar to like Shiba, 0.000000001.
Yeah, got it. I mean, not that we want that, but hopefully it doesn't go to directly straight to zero. Maybe add on some more zeros, but yeah.
But so hopefully, that's more than likely not going to happen with a coin like Ren. Hopefully we get a movement straight back up to the upside and retest our trend line here, probably around the, 8.5 cent range, before potentially retesting these levels of the 5 cent range. And you could see picture here, we come up, retest it, we get rejected back down before breaking to the upside and making some highs. Level 2, once we break out of this range and volume does come into the market, you could see multiple touch points here in early 2022. You could see right before we melted from it the week before we retested it. Then we melted through it in early May 2022. And we attempted in August 8th, 2022 to retest it. We didn't quite get there. So that shows me once we break out of this consolidative range, we should go straight to about the mid 24 cents.
Okay.
Find some resistance there, and that's going to be the make it or break it. Are we going to continue to the upside, right?
Yeah.
And are we going to have some volatility back in the market like this, like before? Or are we going to come back down and just continue to slowly go to the downside?
So That's pretty much it, right, for Ren,
That's
right?
it for Ren.
And I mean, another thing that I want to mention, I think we talked about it on the last live with Ren, and I think what all this down price on it, we talked about it because Ren was associated with FTX. If you guys don't know, it was at one point one of the biggest exchanges for crypto in America. But of course, I don't know if you guys know Sam Bankman-Fried. He was the one that fried the entire exchange and boom, burned it down to the ground. Stole a bunch of money and wasted a bunch of money. And I guess they were working with Ren. They were taking over the team. They were the ones providing the money for their project. And once FTX went down, Ren did. I don't know exactly what they did, but I know they did something to get away from FTX. And of course, with them getting away from Ren, they got away from the money as well. Not that FTX still had it, but I'm sure they were trying to. They had a big investment into it, and they couldn't rely on that money anymore. So hopefully they get back on their feet and they keep the project going, and we'll see some more upside on it. All right, let me get you on the next one.
Spoken like a true Ren holder.
Yes, exactly. I am. Full disclosure, I have some Ren, all right? Anyways, next coin, this guy kind of reminds me of our mentor here, Crypto Papi.
No.
He knows what coin we're talking about now. Well, next, we got Hex. We're going to be doing some technical analysis on Hex from the creator, which is his name is Richard Hart. If you guys are in YouTube a lot like I am, and you're into the crypto drama, he's being allegedly being persecuted, being sued by the SEC for stealing his investors' money. That's still nobody has found him. He's on the run, I guess. Hopefully they don't find him. We don't want, there's a lot of money, people's money at stake on this coin, right? So we'll see. We'll see what the charts are saying. Crypto Papi will tell us the story behind it. If we really want to know the truth, we want to look where the money's at. Okay. So enough of that. Let me hand it over to Crypto Papi.
All right. So we have Hex paired with US dollar, Hex USD. Weekly time frame, data coming from crypto.com. So really, I wish there was more to say analysis-wise with Hex. But you could see here we have our swing high fib drawn from March 20th, 2023. And our swing low, I've really got to zoom in to find that. The swing low is somewhere in here in the mid-2024 level. You could see that it was at the low end for quite some time.
Yeah.
So let's just zoom out and take a look at what we're working with. So really it's done nothing but consolidate, you could say, since March of this year, and I would even argue to say this is all consolidation, but that's a huge downward movement from 0.009 to 0.003 at current price. Really all the way down. Looks like we even added a zero over here.
3 zeros. Yeah.
So I can't really say that that's consolidation, even though the eye picks it up as consolidation when you're this zoomed out.
Because it's such a huge graph.
Right. So really when we're looking at it here, we have huge movements. We need to make a huge movement to the upside from current price, roughly current price, to our 236 fib level is 740%.
That's insane. Is that just for the first level?
That's just for one Fibonacci level. And look, again, remember, 740%.
Okay. Ooh, okay, let's see.
Let's just zoom out and take a look. So just to see a green candle go from here to there would be about 740%. And that's just our first fib level. So I don't know how much money flows in and out of this token on a regular basis. So I can't really say how easy of a movement that would be for Hex to make, or a rough time frame of when that would come in. But if you look at Hex, you see how Hex moves, right? I can't even get it all in the chart. It absolutely just blows the top off. It goes from multiple zeros, 0.006. No, I guess not that many zeros. 2 zeros, 0.0017 up to 50 cents.
Yeah, 50 cents.
in about a year's time. Yeah. Year and a half's time frame. That's absolutely insane. Come back down to the downside. We get bought right back up, but we get sold right back off. Just continue to the downside. And you could see here, it looked like it wanted to curve and start making some of these crazy green candle bodies to the upside. But it didn't quite do that. It was constantly more sellers than buyers, and we just continue to the downside. So not much to say for Hex besides we need a big 700% candle movement to the next level of the 0.236, and that would take it to 3 cents. So a lot of upside potential for Hex, but the problem with Hex, everything going on with the CEO, is that there's a lot of downside potential as well.
Got it. So, there's a possibility of, let me get back on the screen, guys. So, there's a possibility of it going to zero because of this, what's going on, or there's a possibility for it to go to the goddamn moon, which, it's insane. Just that first move is 740%. So just imagine what it could possibly do. Can you measure, let me go back on the chart real quick. Can you measure that first, the last big movement it had back in 2023? Yeah, just from the lows to the highs, just to see how much that went up from there.
All right, so from let's take a look right here. So from January 2nd, 2023, roughly swing low, trying to line it up perfectly, to the swing high. Again, trying to line it up. 598% in 13 weeks.
Okay, so let's say if it goes up again, right? It could potentially do that again.
Exactly. Oh yeah.
It does the closest high. So, and then if we keep looking back, it's just gonna keep getting higher.
Oh, it gets crazy.
It gets crazy, guys. So, if you guys are holding Hex, and I'm sure a lot of people are holding Hex right now. I hold a tiny little piece that I have on my Meta locked in. Because that was the whole purpose of Hex. You basically holding onto your tokens and just living them there and waiting.
You know why? Because then the Richard Hart was,
allegedly he was taking the money. Allegedly, all right. I don't want to start any beefs, guys. Okay, especially now that we're in the crypto world. Okay,
true.
All right, guys. So that's that for Hex. All right. So the next one, let me get Crypto Papi set up here. Compound, we're going to be doing some light technical analysis on Compound. Go ahead, pull up the chart.
Perfect.
Let me know when you're ready.
Oh, I'm ready.
All right, guys. So now we'll be doing some light technical analysis on Compound. Let me hand it over to Crypto Papi. Go for it.
All right. So Compound paired with the US dollar, weekly time frame. Data's coming in from Coinbase. You could see here when it first came out on Coinbase, unlike a lot of coins we've been looking at, this one actually pumped.
Got it.
Pumped, dumped, slightly pumped, continued to dump before just putting in a run that we haven't seen in a long time. All the way from about $75 to $915. Nice. Beautiful movement, but right now that's not on the cards because Compound is not quite up that high. But in the very near future, hopefully that'll be giving us some guidance and where price will continue to the upside. But right now, Compound is at $80.02 current price. Just zoomed in, looking. Let's see real quick. We have our purple trend line. First touch point November 2nd, 2022. Second touch point February 28th, 2022. And that's just extended out to the right. It acted as support during those two touch points. Acted as support again before melting right down to the downside. We slowly grind it up, right? We're still making some lows, but our lows are progressively getting higher, and our highs are progressively getting higher.
Yes.
But you could see that our purple trend line is acting as resistance, right? We did make a movement up to it December 2nd, 2024. So just recently, we wicked above it before getting rejected and the weekly candle closing below it. The next weekly candle, December 9th, 2024, we wicked up to it before just melting to the downside, and we're currently below it. So all eyes would be getting back above the purple trend line and realistically getting to fill these wicks here with this red box, which is at about $171 to $174. So say next movement for compound, first target would be about $175. And really with compound, the sky's the limit from there. Okay. So we haven't done too much analysis on compound, but after we clear the $175 level, you could look here and just on my vertical polka dotted cursor, you could see all these wicks. You could see these wicks, the candle bodies. These wicks want to get pulled to it. You got these candle bodies. So about $258 range for a compound. So you have about $175, then $250 for your next targets. But again, if we get there, compound is not going to stop and is potentially going to break these levels of the low $500 range and start creating some new all-time highs. So compound, we need to continue that movement back up to the upside to start making some new all-time highs. But again, Ethereum needs to lead us.
Full disclosure, guys, of course, I own some compound as well. So we've just been waiting on that going to keep moving up, and really not much to say. We just got to wait for it.
Bitcoin. Yeah, compound looks good.
Yeah, no, not Bitcoin. Bitcoin already made his move. Now is Ethereum's time to shine.
True.
We've been waiting. So hopefully, like I said, remember, come back to this recording. Once Trump takes office, hopefully that's one of those catalysts just to start to, fire up the bull train and let's go,
I like
it. Anyways, next one. Oh, one of the fan favorites too. Zcash.
Oh, fan favorite, the Zcash.
Let's get that in there. Okay, guys. So now we'll be doing live technical analysis on Zcash. Let me hand it over to Crypto Papi. There you go, sir.
All right. Zcash looks good as always. Let's take a look first at our trend line. So we have our trend line first touch point is December 14th, 2020. Second touch point, February 21st, 2022. Purple trend line is extended to the right. So the longer it takes for price action to get there, the higher the price is going to need to be to meet it. Higher price is going to get, excuse me. Okay, so current price $68.24. Let's zoom in and take a look real quick. So we're finally back above our 236 fib level, which I do need to adjust. Let me unlock this. We need to put it down to our swing low. Right, come on. There we go. Lock it into place. So you could see here we're back above our 236 level. We did come back below it slightly for just a couple weeks, not too bad, before making the movement back up to it. So as long as the weekly candle closes above the 236 level, we should just continue to move up to the upside. It's just, look how long we've been going to the downside before starting to curl back up to the upside. And when we start moving to the upside, you know how we're going to move, along with everything else in the cryptocurrency space, as we're moving straight to the upside in a very short amount of time. A lot of gains in a very short amount of time. So first target for me potentially would be the $129 range, and that just lines up with a lot of chop, a lot of candle bodies, a lot of wicks from the past. You could see here. But mainly we have our Fibonacci, the 61.8 at $140. Then we would have our 78.6 at $173. And that's all similarly lining up with our red box where the wicks need to be filled from here on April 25th, 2022. It just, look how everything is just lined up here. We have our 78.6. We have our red box of resistance, or our wicks that need to be filled, and our purple trend line. So I would say sooner rather than later, Zcash should be in the $170 range. And once that comes through, I mean, sky's the limit. Zcash should start putting in some new all-time highs if and when, more likely when, we get to the $173 range. And if we're looking solely at the Fibonacci, once we start breaking the $173 range here, as long as we don't reject straight down to the downside, we're going to come up. $340 is on the table. $541 is on the table. $742, $866, and we could just keep going to the upside. Zcash is a great coin, great privacy coin. It's an awesome token, a great team behind it, and most importantly, they work extremely close with Flexa. So I love Zcash.
Oh yeah, we love Zcash, and there's like this kind of this little network of token of crypto companies that are working together very closely. You got Zcash with AMP, Dash
with Flexa, my guy.
With Flexa. Sorry, not directly with Flexa. But those organizations are working very closely together to create the next payment system where we use cryptocurrencies to do our daily buying. Your groceries, your gas, paying
your burritos,
your movies, at Chipotle, go to Regal. Hey, if you go there, you can use your Coinbase wallet now to pay for your movie tickets. Regal, go to Chipotle, buy your burrito. Don't sneak it into the theater.
True.
But anyways, that Zcash is a great coin to hold. I'm holding it. A lot of people that we know are holding it, so we're just waiting for its move. All right, the next one. Oh, another one that works closely with the Flexa team. That will be Litecoin. That's the one I forgot to mention.
LTC.
So yeah, we'll be doing light technical analysis on Litecoin right now. So I'm gonna hand it over to Crypto Papi. Here you go, buddy.
All right, LTC. We have Litecoin paired with the US dollar. Weekly time frame data is coming in from Coinbase. None other but Coinbase. So here you could see we have our Fibonacci drawn from November 8th, 2021, which is our swing high. We have our swing low roughly June 13th, 2022, and we have that Fibonacci extended out. We have a trend line that is no longer in play. Well, hopefully won't be in play but any longer. First touch point, March 28th, 2022. Second touch point, I'm trying to line it up perfectly, July 24th, 2023, and it's just extended to the right. You could see we were below it. Our touch points were resistance. So price action was below it. We continue to stay below it. We broke above it finally. Tested it as slight support. Broke back below it. And then we met it as resistance. And we finally broke above it and retested it November 4th, 2024. Shout out Drew Drop. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
November 4th, right there. Moved to the upside, put in a beautiful movement. Price got all the way up to about $147 before getting rejected right back down to the 236 fib level. We fell under $100 slightly, but we are currently above that 236 level. So as long as the 236 level holds up, potential upside targets would be here, the 618 at $201.
100% movement.
Oh yeah, exactly. Then we have our 786 level at 245. And once we get there, we need to see, are we going to fall back down and retest some of these levels as support? Or are we going to start making some new all-time highs, getting above $300, getting above $415, coming up to $463, $725. Come on, these levels don't stop. $985 for Litecoin. And I mean, really, Bitcoin is put in its move. Hopefully it doesn't stop. Ethereum needs to put in its move. And then Litecoin and the rest of the market will start putting in some crazy highs and breaking all-time highs and creating new all-time highs. So everything for LTC looks great. Hopefully we continue to the upside.
Alrighty. That was Litecoin. I always like to mention it. I'm going to mention it again. We sponsor the Litecoin Summit back in 2022 in Vegas, which is a great event. You know, we met a lot of cool people, and hopefully this year coming up, we are planning to go to a lot of more crypto events. So hopefully you'll catch us out there and just interact with more of the crypto community, because we do believe this next year's coming up, crypto is gonna be huge, even more huge than what it is now. It's gonna keep getting to all-time highs because of how much interest is in it now, how many companies are starting to work with crypto, how many investment funds are investing into crypto themselves. So
True.
The sky's the limit now. With big money coming into the picture, there's no telling where crypto could go in the future. We're just hoping it keeps going up. Anyways, that was Litecoin, guys. The last one, but not least for the day, because we're going to keep it short and sweet, will be NCT Poly Swarm. I'm going to wait for Crypto Papi to pull it up. But in the meantime, please make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel. 90% of you that are watching aren't subscribed, so please make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel and support this channel. Like this video, comment down below. If you want to, even if you want to hate on us, go for it. We just need you guys to interact with us, okay? We're here for it. Maybe you guys tell us something that we don't know about, or you guys, anything, any criticism is welcome. We want to improve the show as much as we can. So, anyways, let's see. We'll be doing live technical analysis right now on NCT /call Poly Swarm. Let me hand it over to Crypto Papi. Go for it, my guy.
All right, we have NCT paired with the US dollar weekly time frame. Data is coming from Coinbase. So let's start off with our trend line, or white trend line. First touch point to the downside is May 9th, 2022. Second touch point is here, line it up, July 11th, 2022. And that's just, that trend line was just extended out here to the right. You could see here we stayed below it up until March 4th, 2024. And we finally wicked above it. Then the very next week, come on, line up right there, March 11th, 2024, we broke above it again. But both weeks we closed right back down to the downside. We have our Fibonacci drawn from that same level, or that same wick, which is March 11th, 2024, our swing high, to our swing low here of August 5th, 2024. And you could see how well we've played within the Fibonacci. So we came back down to the downside. 236 right here acted as some support before breaking below it. That's when we created our low, our zero movement. Then we started to move to the upside, getting rejected. It's becoming some resistance, the 236. We broke above it. We went straight up to the 618 to roughly the high 3 cents. Came back below, retested the 236 before wicking even above the 618. We went and wicked above the 786, which is at 4.5 cents. We wicked all the way up to about 0.051 level for NCT before coming right back down, wicking all the way down and creating a nice long wick to the upside and a very small candle body. We're trying to continue that movement to the upside with the current week. You could see that's a nice green candle right there. So hopefully, if momentum is going to continue, the trend is your friend. We're continuing to the upside. If we've already broke the 786 level, I would say we need to retest this red box to fill this wick, which is between 6.5 cents to 0.068 cents. So really, we have a ton of upside potential with NCT. I know NCT pretty well. It doesn't take very much money, very much volume to move NCT to the upside. So look out for NCT to pop to the upside. But is it going to stay, or are we just going to get all these wicks, right? Is it just going to be a wick to 7 cents? Is it going to be a wick up here to 7 cents to test the trend line, to clear out the Fibonacci, to fill this wick here? Is it just going to be a wick, or could we get candle body closures at and beyond 7 cents. So upside potential would be 7 cents. Obviously, we could go all the way up to 12 cents and start breaking all-time highs, which on the Coinbase chart is at about almost 18 cents, 0.178. Are we going to move up and create some all-time highs? That all depends. We need to get candle bodies to start forming, opening and closing above the 7 cent range, above this trend line, which has just acted as resistance for many years, for multiple years. So NCT, a lot of upside potential, but again, it's typically pumps on minimum volume, so that's why you see a lot of the wicks. There are a lot of sellers compared to buyers, so I don't know if it's recycled money with NCT or what goes on with it, but that's why you see these wicks. But other than that, NCT excuse me. NCT looks good. It should continue to grind to the upside. The trend is your friend. We're rounding out and starting to come up to the upside. We have the wicks stretching to the upside. So let's see what happens when NCT reaches 7 cents.
All right, guys. Let me get back on the screen for you guys. And that was it for live technical analysis today. That was a lot of good info for you guys. We're hoping to probably do another live stream for next week.
No, we could do Sunday night.
Oh, Sunday night. There you go. Perfect. After the weekly candle crusher, right?
Yeah.
Beautiful. So let me show you guys something real quick too. Please make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. We have a lot of more content that we've been putting out there. We have the mind-blowing portfolio secrets reveal. This is just questions that I asked Crypto Papi last live stream, and I made a few short videos on it. We have a bunch of technical analysis from these coins. Just go check it out. There's a lot of content for you guys to see, and also I will basically I'm trying to get you guys to go look at the old content so you can see how consistent we are with our analysis. We're not flip-flopping back and forth. We're just when the price moves the way we don't want it. Anything you guys see on the channel is there. Go look at it and see if it matches with what we're saying. We've been talking about crypto for a long time. Look at all this. Look at all this content that we have here. We've been talking about it for a long time.
Those are the shorts.
The shorts. Well, I'm showing the shorts too. Videos, shorts. It's all here, guys. Please make sure you check out the channel. Help us out. We're so close to getting to
258 videos. Look at that.
That's a lot of content right there, guys. And we've been at it since 2021. And, we go back even there and see what we've been talking about. We've been saying the same things for a really long time, and it's finally playing out. It just took a while, and that is to be expected. When you're talking about this much money, there's literally nothing in the world where you're going to put money and do nothing and it goes up in price. That's pretty much it. The stock market, but even then, the potential of that is kind of capped already. That's the way it works in the stock market. But crypto, since it's so new, there's no regulations. It just pops and it goes to the moon, and we're here for it. All right, guys. So anyways, before we log out, please make sure you subscribe. Our first goal subscriber count is going to be 500 subscribers. We're so close to it. We're 17 subscribers away from that. 90% of you that are watching aren't subscribed, so please make sure you subscribe. If you enjoyed the content, leave comments on the videos, ask us questions. We'll answer them for you guys. But anyways, that's it for today, guys. I'm here with Crypto Papi. Go ahead.
Perfect. Follow me Instagram and X, Crypto Papi _Mike.
Follow him and make sure, Instagram, you'll get the fun side, and then on the X, you'll get the business side.
True.
But anyways, thank you guys for watching. We'll catch you guys in the next video. Hold on, guys. What the hell is the videos? Where is it? Oh, yes. Hold on. They're listening to the music.